Good morning to you. Let's go ahead and get ourselves settled with perhaps a folded up blanket and a half foam if you have that, and settle into child's pose. Go ahead and adjust the distance between your knees if that feels appropriate, right? If it feels good to let your knees come a little bit wider on the mat, do that. Of course, if you need the legs a little closer, do that. I always like to fold my hands and arms underneath my forehead, especially first thing in the morning. It's just a softer place to land while my body and my mind slowly start to wake up. And then just let yourself breathe. Let your eyes stay closed. And let the softness and the rise and fall of your breath just gently call you into this day. These early morning practices are opportunities for us to just slowly introduce ourselves to the day, not to get up and rush and jump into things, but to slowly invite wakefulness, awareness, conscious movement and placement, not just in our bodies, but in everything that we do. And then as you're ready, slowly let yourself shift from child's pose forward and down onto your belly. Feel free to move in a way that feels right for you, maybe rocking slightly back and forth, side to side. Maybe lifting the legs, the knees bend and the feet float, maybe both at a time or one at a time. If it feels nice to fold those arms under your forehead again, do that. And let every expression of movement be a way to just introduce you into a back-bending experience. As you lie face down here on the mat, every breath invites just this soft shifting between a little more neutral in the spine to a little more back-bending. That's just a really nice way to wake up the body. And then if you feel called to maybe explore a little bit more of that back-bending idea, bring your elbows to the floor and slowly lift your chest, your face away from the mat. Continue to stay present to the simple way that your breath moves, the way it floats in, gently falls out. Sometimes it can feel quite nice to let your head gently fall heavily towards the floor and the chin meeting somewhere on the chest or the collarbones. I know in my body that feels like just a nice stretch on the neck that, sometimes you sleep funny or you've lingered in one posture for an extended period of time and just that nice release through the back of the neck feels good. Let your breath be soft and relatively effortless here. And then when you're ready, allow yourself to shift into a really beautiful and simple shoulder opener. Stretch one arm out to the side as close to parallel as it feels good for you. And then just let yourself roll over onto that side, helping to give some space to the front side of the neck, front side of the chest, front side of the shoulder. Your legs can be together, they can be apart, the knees can be bent or stacked. And the idea here is just to gently ease space into the front side of chest, front side of the body. And even this little twist feels so nice across the abdomen and even around the small of the back. Be present to the softness in which your breath flows in and gently falls out. Lingering as much as it feels right for you. And then as you're ready, give yourself permission to roll out of that first side and then gently make your way to the second side, outstretching the other arm, letting the head and the whole body feel just comfortably supported here on your mat. Again, our morning yoga practice is just an invitation to wake up. It is for me anyways. And I invite you to do the same. We don't want to force our bodies. We just want to say gently, good morning. So let the postures, let the breath be a gentle way that you say morning to yourself. Good morning. Another day, another opportunity to move, to breathe, and to go in the direction of my dreams. When that second side feels suffice, ease yourself back over onto the belly, and then slowly let yourself shift on up to those hands and knees, taking your time as you do so, and then maybe even exploring a little downward facing dog pose. Again, this is a nice way to just wake up the body, to stretch the back of the legs, to stretch the spine, to take some nice deep breaths and maybe again release the head and the neck. If downward dog feels too much, child's pose is always a beautiful option. Or maybe even just staying and playing in tabletop. Let your breath be full, let it be fluid. Let it help you be free as you slowly welcome this day. A nice full breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly find your way to your knees and then down to your seat. And then here as we come down to the seat is where I invite you to find a prop. Now that can be a block, a rolled blanket, a pillow, a bolster if you have it. And gently let that rest behind the legs to keep the knees soft and just ease into the space of the back body. I prefer to keep my feet flexed, meaning pull the toes back towards the knees, the shins, so that there's a little bit of effort in the legs, even though the knees are softly propped. And this just provides me the right space and opportunity to stretch my back, and that might be the same for you. Of course, feel free to adjust the foot and leg position as it feels right. As you're ready with your next inhalation, slowly let yourself rise and come on up. As you rise to your seat, feel free to swing your legs around so that you might now lay down on that prop. I like to place that prop somewhere just by those shoulder blades, just at the base of the shoulder blades. You're welcome to put the prop along the entirety of the spine and maybe even prop the head, or to just lay yourself over your prop and the head on the floor. This morning for me, it feels really nice to take the soles of the feet together. But there's always the option to keep the knees bent and feet on the floor, or just to leave the legs long and at rest on the mat. Feel that combined release as both shoulders, both sides of the chest now explore the space provided by this prop behind you. This brings a little symmetry to our practice, whereas before we worked one side at a time. Here we invite this fullness to the breath across the fullness of the body, the front side of the chest, and even maybe that slight opening through the throat. Again, this is a gentle wake up. And as we wake up, we fill up on breath so that it can more easily carry us through this day. Let every breath be full and satisfying and just right. And then when that feels suffice, take your time to gently move the arms, move the feet and the toes, maybe a little swaying, maybe another full stretch, before gently easing yourself from that propped posture now to a simple seat. Feel free again to elevate to prop underneath the hips, to fold the legs, or of course adjust and keep the legs long, or sit on the knees. Irregardless, let the spine grow tall out of the hips. And let yourself pause for a moment here. Let the breath flow and your mind land on the soft, the ease, and the fluidity that each breath provides. Perhaps even offer yourself this time to set an intention for this day. And let it be carried on the breath forward, out into this day, like the wind carries the soft breeze. Let the energy of this gentle wake up morning practice, our pajama yoga, support you here, but also support you everywhere your body, your breath, and your intention takes you. Let yourself linger here for as long as it feels good. And then with gratitude to have this new day upon us, slowly bring your hands together in front of your heart. A symbol and a gesture of peace, a symbol and a gesture of grace and gratitude, a symbol and gesture of meeting yourself where you are today. And from this point and this place, moving forward. Namaste.